Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're underway from Kansas City. He fields it from the 8. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. Leading them out, got his first MVP votes after a career-best season last year. Now reached a decade in this league. It's Jared Goff.
The legend of this guy just grows year by year in the Motor City. The best individual season of his career, leading these Lions to a franchise record 15 wins. Now they just got to get to the ultimate goal, the Super Bowl.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing right away here, Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB's going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Now Goff taking off with it. Shut down after a gain of about a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. So here are the Chiefs out on offense for their first drive. And leading them as he always does, a quarterback seeking his 4th consecutive Super Bowl appearance and a 4th Super Bowl title. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
And not a lot available there. Makes it to the 26. Taken down by the first-time All-Pro. That was Kirby Joseph.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
A 5th defensive back into the game for the Lions. 3rd down coming. Got a man, and Kelsey has it. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. All right. Now things starting to pick up a little bit after a slow start, Brock. Last things fans want to see is a couple of uninspiring drives to begin a game.
Yep, they get the first and generate just a little excitement that we could see maybe our first touchdown here, or at least avoid another quick punt.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. That's him on the quick hitter. Oh, he's denied the first, but not by much. This play gets down to the 42-yard line.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Here's Mahomes on the sneak. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
It's a gain of a yard. And a Kansas City Chiefs first down.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
A successful opening drive, nearing field goal range now. It's first down at the 41. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Quarterback of his renown, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Third down and 10.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First and 10 at the 22.
Well, when your opponent fails to act, Brock, you want to capitalize, right? And they are moving like a team ready to provide us with our first points of this game.
Yeah, pretty lackluster start there, Kate, from their opponents. You got a golden opportunity to immediately take control as they convert to stay on the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Finds him on the crossing route. And he stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Okay, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. The both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Tight end going in motion here. Counter give here to Pacheco. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
Now we get to a very interesting call on 3rd down. Kind of a crescendo to this drive. Can the defense rise up knowing there is no margin for error, just a single yard to go?
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Trying things up the gut. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Butker knocks it through. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead. A little early momentum with that field goal.
Butker on now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. Juke the defender. So the Lions headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. He's down on the ground with Gibbs. Escapes a defender. He cuts it to the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
It's a gain of 48 yards. 1st down, Detroit.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the stop is made after 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Tackle made there by Derek Nottie.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Off now on 3rd down. Throw left side, and St. Brown has it. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st down.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Gibbs now from the gun. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Out of the shotgun, gone. Completed over the middle. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Detroit.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Gibbs. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Goff setting to throw. He's in trouble, and the Chiefs bring it down. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
The sack sets up a tough 3rd and goal. They're at the 12. From the gun, Goff. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions take a 4-point lead.
7, Chiefs 3.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here's Nico Mejio. This makes it up to the 25. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the second time this game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. A give to Pacheco to start the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That counter could never get started. Good chance someone on that line telegraphed that play because the defense was all over it. Fortunate just to make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jack Campbell with the INT. And the Lions take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. All right, defense did its job. Forced the offense into a 3rd and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, go pay it off. And they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT.
First down, ball at the 36. Motioning Williams left. Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Taken in by Williams outright. Now take this ahead to the 34-yard line. Stopped by a 2-time All-Pro in his first 3 seasons in the NFL, Trent McDuffie. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you gotta imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Makes a cut to the right sideline. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions parlay the interception into points. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions drive their lead to 11.
14, Chiefs 3.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Mejio with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. First call here coming from the shotgun. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Complete to Marquise Brown. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 35-yard line.
Options are open here. It's second and inches. To the air, Mahomes. He's got him right side. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Motioning one of the tight ends. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Throwing again, Mahomes finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Third and short, here's Mahomes. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
For a Kansas City Chiefs. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
16 more yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First
Danger,
down.
Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Hits him on the in route. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
First down throw, Mahomes. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs make it a one-score game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs cut the lead down to 4.
14. Chiefs 10.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Has this at the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Lions offense returning to the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Off play action, Goff. Completed to his running back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. In off to Gibbs from the gun. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st down, ball at the 36. Running it with David Montgomery. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
On the stop. Tackled back at the 33-yard line.
We're to the end of 1. The Lions out in front. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds the in route complete. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
1st down, Detroit.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. Winning there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Another one for Gibbs. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start to push into Chiefs territory. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Goff on third. That's complete to St. Brown outright. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be fourth down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They'll go for it. Goff. That's complete to Sloan. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions now lead by 10. Well, Brock, even with it being possibly the most popular route for teams to go to, sometimes you get it on the slant, you find yourself in the gap to turn it into much more, including what we just saw, 6 points.
All this time on task between you and I together, why do you think it's the most popular route?
Easy for the QB?
Yeah, I mean, short distance, easy for the QB, and it's also great versus man or zone. There really is not a defense that you can employ out there when you execute it right and you execute it on time, the big plays, and sometimes like this, touchdowns will follow.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions drive their lead to 11.
21, Chiefs 10.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Remigio with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Now nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds Brown right side. And after making a catch, he is decked quickly at the 38. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. Well, that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Finding Brown back-to-back plays. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 42. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Jack Campbell with the INT.
And that's now 2, Kate, that they got him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. And musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Goff now on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Lions 1st down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. But a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Handoff here for Gibbs on his own read. That's a solid block in there, springs him for 8. It's going to be 2nd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Handoff headed left, Montgomery. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
1st down, Lions.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. And after this play, there's a Lion out there who got the worst of it. He's in some discomfort as they head out to check on him. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Now Gibbs. And he wants to, but he's not going to be able to continue the run. Got him 6, but they stopped him short. It's 4th down now.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. From the left hash, a 40-yard look. Bates' kick is up and good. And that extends their lead to 14.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Remigio with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And the question out there is, Brock, how early and often Are they going to try passing here after they were picked off on the previous drive?
Well, I think the answer to that is how much trust does this play caller have in his quarterback? We're going to get to find out right now.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Running right side. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Quick throw completed by Mahomes. And this is only going to be a small gain to the 42. Terrion Arnold in on a stop.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Again, Mahomes to throw. Hauled in by Worthy, right side. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
The counter give here to Pacheco. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. They'll motion a tight end left. From the 25 on 2nd down. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He's got it, it's in close. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Move the chains!
Goal at
Gotta
the
move the
2-yard
chains!
line.
Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Chiefs make it a one-score game in the first half. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs cut the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Chiefs 17.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. A Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun. Gone. Hits his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get in the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Running it with Gibbs. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making a stop.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Back to Gibbs now on 2nd. His foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, gone. It's on target to Williams. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. A give to Gibbs. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
One thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Gone. He's got pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. It's the Lions in an unenviable 3rd and pretty far. Off to the air now. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Jack Fox on the punt. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Wow, beautiful punt there. They have them backed up all the way to the 2-yard line. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He has been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. From his end zone, it's Mahomes. Completes this one to Gray. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Offense with an enviable spot to be in, 2nd and inches. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he'll be brought down just as he gets it out to the 24. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They're set up at the 35 now. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
1st and 10 at the
Kate, I can promise you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Looking over the middle, there's Kelsey. And he's taken down at the 30. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing again, Mahomes. That's caught. It's Kelsey again. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
So we have a 1-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks for that update, Scotch. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. A one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Mejio with the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Run from Pacheco to start the half. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Went the wrong way on 1st down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12. Here's Mahomes. Hauled in by Worthy. And he's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
First down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
1st down, ball at the 36. Running up the middle, Pacheco. Dukes out a one-stop. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. They run with Pacheco. And he has this down to the 34. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 31. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough chains.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Brought in by Juju. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Third and short. Here's Mahomes. Got a man, and Kelsey has it. And he's able to get this down to the 13. It's a gain of 4 there. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Looking to throw Mahomes. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs tie this game up. After tying this game up, they're all set to center away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds the in route complete. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
A gain of 22 yards. 1st down, Lions.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Here's Goff on 1st and 10. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. So it'll be second down.
Now second and 10.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10. Here's Gong. Screen here for Gibbs. Jukes one defender. He's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 11, and that'll be first down, Detroit.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
On first down, it's Gibbs. He's out in the clear. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
And the Lions first
That's
down.
just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Going to the ground again on first. Saw the rain, hit it quick, call out a gain of 7. Nicely done.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes second and 2. Another one for Gibbs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Ryan Cook on the tackle. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Lions.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
On first down, they'll run with Montgomery. And some nice running there on that 7-yard gain. Make it second down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
7 yards on that last play, so this is second and 3. Off play action, Goff. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions grab the lead on their first series of the half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7.
Chiefs 24.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Remigio with the return. This makes it up to the 25. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. First call here coming from the shotgun. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Guys, man, that's Brown again. And And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route. And then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Fits it through the middle. And he's taken down quickly. Nicely done by the defense. But the catch does get him to the 39-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
First down throw, Mahomes. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. They send a tight end in motion. Running it after the penalty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He has room past the 25. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still third down is short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
Brings up third down.
Here's Mahomes on the sneak. And they're going to down by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
Hauled in by Worthy, right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Trying things up the gut. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
A gain of 10 yards. And a Kansas City Chiefs first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Finds him over the middle. And that right there is the starting goal. Could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of time. Proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Well, that one didn't have any of it.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's second and goal. Pacheco will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Big play for this offense. It's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs bring it back to even. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Goff. Hits him on the out route. And he's taken down quickly. Nicely done by the defense. But the catch does get him to the 39-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Why in the heck do you need 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from 1st down to 1st down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
On 1st down, it's Goff. Underneath, it's Gibbs. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. In off to Gibbs from the gun. Juke the defender. Gibbs with a 1st down and more. And he gets this down to the 38. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
And the Lions 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st down, right back to Gibbs. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Goff taking off with it. And he'll find ahead for a few. It's 3rd down.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. We got the football, Brock, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker. 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first, as that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. No kicker out there, so instead of a 46-yard field goal effort, they're going for it. Looking to throw. It's on target to Williams. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And some solid running here as he gets him 8 yards there into the red zone.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. Now gone. This throw is caught. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal. It's a gain of 12 there. And now they have a first and goal. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the 4th. Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up first and goal. From the gun, Goff. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a 4th quarter lead. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7.
Chiefs 31.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Mejio with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Mahomes. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's going to get down safely. Picked up close to 6. Nice call on his part there. but it does leave them now with a third down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Mahomes here from the gun on third down. He has the first over the middle. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
First and 10, he keeps it on the option. And he gives himself up after a short gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up second and 6.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. From the 46. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. To the air, Mahomes. Got a man, and Kelsey has it. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. He works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Brings up second and 3.
Last run got him 7. Here comes second and 3. Right back to Pacheco. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up third down.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Needing 4 here on third down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive. Here's Mahomes now. Oh, he's going to run for it. He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
A tight end in motion now. The throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Second and 6 coming up here. Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs now trail by just a point in the 4th. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down, and he just put on a show.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the fourth. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. Tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Gibbs. Escapes a defender. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. That's 16 on the pickup. And that gives the Lions the first.
And the Lions
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. Again, it's Gibbs. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
And the Lions first down.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
First down throw from Goff. Completed over the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Putting the tight end in motion. From the 41. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. And anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. He trucked that defender. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
First down, Lions.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Gibbs now from the gun. Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on first down.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, Goff. He brings it in. And he's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. It's Montgomery on third. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a fourth quarter lead. David Montgomery with the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7.
Chiefs, 38.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Chiefs and Hollywood Brown back to the field once again. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Man downfield. He's got it. It's Worthy. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs now trail by just a point in the 4th. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's 2nd down.
I know that jet sweep didn't result in a home run, a splash play, Kate. That's a body blow. And boxers, they love to go to the body because if they do it enough, they know that knockout can come.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Here's Gibbs on the carry. And this hasn't been a common side out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap here to go. Put the body on the line for his team. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
First down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Goff on first and 10. Downfield is fine, St. Brown. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That one hits for 30. And that gives the Lions the first.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
They give up the gut to Montgomery. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up first and goal.
Ooh, I like that goal. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up first and goal. Goff. Set up the screen to Montgomery. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Running for it with Montgomery. He's hit and driven backwards. This is going to force him into third and goal.
I'll talk to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
On third and goal, Goff. Setting up the screen. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. Kicked well, and this is good! And they take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Mejio with the return. This makes it up to the 25. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. First and 10. Looking to throw Mahomes. Here's a screen set up for Pacheco. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds Pacheco out of the backfield. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Brings up third down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Ball is down. Mahomes fumbled it. But it looked like the Chiefs got this one back. Ooh, lucky break there, making that recovery.
It's fourth down.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on fourth down. Desperation time here. He's got it to his running back. And he will not get any further, but plenty of progress already.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs trail by a field goal. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Pacheco gets it from the gun. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10. Setting up to pass. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
Incomplete on the throwaway. He was covered by Brian Branch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To throw. Can't convert on third. That's to the ground and incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Desperation time here on fourth. Got his man. That's Brown again. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. That's a gain of 10. And staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead. Well, partner, maybe not the record that most people think of when it comes to quarterbacks, but it's certainly an impressive accolade for him. The most completions in a single game.
Yeah, it feels like this was communicated beforehand, right in the play. And listen, we're running everything through you. You're carrying us. And to his credit, this quarterback brought his A game, some of the best throws of his career. No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
The clock has fallen into its final minutes. Here comes second and 10. Here he is to throw. A quick throw, swatting away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now to throw. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. They look to throw it. Short pass brought in. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And this one doesn't go far.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and a defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw it. And he's got it! He pulls in a game-winning touchdown with almost no time left! Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them, and they cashed in when it really mattered.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Kick this one away. And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And this pressure has been playing volleyball in this 4th quarter, partner. That touchdown just serves it over their way. Now they need a touchdown to return serve, put it back on the other sideline.
Yeah, I like what you did there. And I'll keep the analogy going. We're in the final set. And it almost feels now like a must-score drive.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. Completed over the middle. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's 1st down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Finds Montgomery on the drop down. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. So there's the timeout called, and we're going to see if they think there's enough time for 2 plays or just one last snap.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing with a blitz on the way. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Looking for his wide receiver there. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short?
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
One final shot here. This is for the ball game. And this will not be caught. So their last chance heave to the end zone ends up on the ground. This game's over. Well, no louder place in Missouri or Kansas right now as the Chiefs get the win in Arrowhead. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the live broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewer, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Kansas City.